Hi, my name is Kyle Reed, and today I'll be talking about the ISU book I chose, which is called The Recruit. The Recruit was written by Robert Mukamori and published in 2004. I chose this book because when I was in chapters, I was looking for a book to use for my ISU because I don't read a lot, and I saw this one, and I read the back, and it seemed pretty interesting to me, and I guess I was right because I really enjoyed it. This book is about a kid named James that after his mom dies and his sister is taken away by his mom's boyfriend, James then takes life on hard, as getting arrested and picking fights. The morning of an arrest, James wakes up in an unfamiliar setting and gets a little freaked out. Not to James' knowledge, he is actually on the campus of a place called Cherub. Cherub is a place where young kids with no family ties are recruited to become MI5 agents, as we know it in America as FBI, London, or Britain as MI5. These agents are not any agents. These kids are trained to uproot massive criminal empires and terrorists because these organizations are careful with recruiting people and are watchful for snitches and undercovers. Kids make a perfect substitute as no one suspects them. As James learns of this, he is thrown into a 100-day basic training. After James barely passes his gruesome 100 days, he is already given a mission to uproot an eco-terrorism cult called Help Earth. James is thrown into Help Earth's community and quickly makes friends with major Help Earth enthusiast sons and daughters. In the end, the mission is a success, and Help Earth's plan to blow up major oil companies' bosses is foiled, and James is returned to campus to await his next mission. Parts of the book that I found memorable or interesting were the parts when James thought to himself in his head. These parts I thought were very engaging to me personally because he kind of thinks like me. It was really surprising to me how some of the things he thought that I've thought before, like giving up on something, thinking it's too hard, or stuff like that. And it just comes from a teenager's mind perspective, and it really intrigues me because I don't know how the author got that around his head, even though he's like a 30 something, and it's kind of weird to think about that. But parts of the book that I didn't find that I didn't really like, the parts that weren't really parts of the book overall was fantastic. I loved it. But what could be improved that the story happened too quickly, I thought. In over a year, James had passed basic training. He went through everything. He went on a mission, and he already got a Navy shirt, which is like a promotion pretty much, if you think of it in any other term. But it all happened in a year. Went through 100-day basic training, and then he went through a whole mission. Like he established relationships with sons and daughters of terrorists and got information within like a month. And to me, that's awesome and all, but I don't think it's that realistic, even though it was a good story and whatnot. I just think that maybe he rushed it too much and maybe he could have stretched it out, but I just thought it was good, but that's the only part that I didn't really like. Overall, I would give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. My criteria I used was that if it was interesting, if it was funny, and if it was relatable. And overall, I thought they were 5 out of 5 for each of these. It was interesting because it kept me wanting to come back for more because I'm not much of a reader, but I really wanted to finish this book because it was that good. And just that, it was intriguing to me because it was a 12-year-old kid that turned 13, so it's around my age, and I could really relate to him as he grew up. And the funny part of it is that it oddly seemed familiar to me the way that this kid thought. And I just thought it was really well done by the author to get that, and that's why I believe that kids love this book, and that I've seen so many good reviews about it, as well as my own. Um, I would definitely recommend this book to another grade 10 student. It says on the cover not suitable for younger readers, which makes it perfect for younger readers because, but I think it's good for people right around 14, 15, maybe even 16 and 13. But it's good right around then because he is that age, and you can really relate to it. And I believe males would like it more than females because it's kind of dirty in a way. Because teenager boys, yeah, they think of this stuff and you can relate to it, but some of it may be dirty. Guys usually have a more open mind to that, so that's why I relate to them, not guys. And he's just really relatable, not in just that sense, but you know what I mean. And a type of person, oh, you just gotta be outgoing or like to read, because I would think that most boys around my age would like this book. I don't know, why wouldn't you? And I would read another book by the same author because I believe he has really gotten over something on this series, and that's why I've continued to read more books in this series. I am currently on like the fifth book in this series. After I read this book for my ISU, and I'm still intrigued, I still like it, so that's a good sign of this author. So, yeah, and that's my presentation.